In this video, I will go through an Azure SQL Server virtual machine. So first we'll create a SQL Server virtual machine. Then we will use a backup to restore a database with SQL Server Management Studio. So let's start that one. So from here, from first I can connect it to Azure portal. From here you see that different services. If you don't see the page here, like after connecting, you can check from here, search that one. Otherwise you can also go here like Azure all services, click on all services. So I'm going to create a first resource group. So under general section, you can see that there are different sections: general, compute, networking, storage, web, mobile, container, database. So there are different sections you can see. You can go from here. So now I'm going to create a resource group. So for that, click on resource group, and here click on create and give a resource group name. So I'm going to give like DBRG01, selecting region East US, and click on review and create. Okay, tag, I can pass a tag also, like it's in SQL DBRG value. I just give initial so that I know that it's this resource group is going to create or has been created by me. So GT. Then click on review and create. You see that here it's giving a message that validation passed. Click on create. So here you see that resource group has been created. You can see that resource group has been created. Now I'm going to provision a SQL server on an Azure virtual machine. So for that, so what I need to do, I need to go to here, that home page. You can select you see from here Azure SQL. If you don't see that service option here, you can check here Azure SQL. You can get information from here. Other option is you can go here, all services, and if you go down below database, you can see Azure SQL. So click on that Azure SQL. You can create here. You create. It will open a window. From here you see the different options that how do you plan to use the selective, say SQL database or SQL Managed Instance or SQL virtual machine. So this is good for migration application requiring OS level access. So lift and shift ready. So I'm going to here selecting this one. So Azure like SQL virtual machines. So here is that image option, this down arrow icon. I am going to select that free SQL Server license. SQL Server 2000 developer option is there. So I can select that one, SQL Server 2019 developer. Then click on create button. So now here on the SQL deployment option blade, here you see that basics section. So basics section, we need to like select the resource group that we created. You can also, like if resource group is not already there, so then you can create a new one. So give a virtual machine name. So this is database SQL. So I just give in database SQL VM01 East US, and then availability option, select the region. Okay, no infrastructure, so I'm fine with that. I do not need any redundancy. Then security type here, standard is fine. Then image, I have already selected the image, but if you'd like, you can see all other images, the like different options there. You can see all those images from the marketplace. So based on your requirement, there are different operating system, different components. So I'm going to close this one. Next, Azure Spot Instance. I am not going to use that one. Then there is a size option. So you can also select the size that you would like to go for. So if you select that one, select PM size, you can see the different sizes, and you can see all those information like BCPUs or RAM and IOPS limit. Also you can see the cost for each of them. So click close. Now administrator account. So this is the account to log in. So let me click user admin, password. There are some requirements. You can get those information that from that information option. If you click that on, you can get more information for a specific item. So now inbound ports rule, I'm fine. That is for RDP connection, so that is good here. Then next, disks. So from here, there is the option that you can select the disk type that you want. So if you click here, there are different options that you can select. Standard SSD, standard HDD, and premium SSD, and they are good for which type of workload. It is defined here, like SSD, premium SSD for production and performance sensitive workload. Standard SSD is for web servers and dev and test environment, and standard HDD is best for like backup or infrequent access data. So I put all default, like encryption at rest. There is other option you can select based on your requirements. Click advanced. There are other options, like if you'd like to manage disk or if you manage OS disk, you can select that one from here. Next, networking. So you can review the configuration here that by default it's going to create is that new, that means it's going to create new virtual network, new subnet, new public IP address. So I'm considering all the default here. And next, management. Here I'm just going to disable boot diagnostics. So if you would like to get information on this, you can select that information or button if I say, so you can get information. So I'm going to disable boot diagnostic. Then enable OS guest diagnostic. I don't want that one. So, auto shutdown, no. Next, click on advanced tab. And here, okay, on default fine. Next, SQL Server setting. If you check here, so SQL connectivity is private. That looks good for security purpose. You can make it public also if you'd like to access from anywhere and don't want to put any restriction. SQL authentication, there is disable, and okay, Azure key vault integration disable. Now you see that storage option. You can see that the storage option for data log and tempdb. If you want, you can click on change configuration, and you can do that from this side you see here, and then click on OK. But I'm fine with the default value, so I'm going to discard this one. Then SSL instance settings. If you'd like to you can see that if you'd like to change that value, so you can change that SQL instance settings value from where you can set those parameters up. So I'm going to discard. Now you can, if you want, you can add text, but I'm just ignoring that one for now. So click on review and create. So when that is done, validation passed. Here you see that. Now click on create. So here you see that deployment is in progress, and you can get information from notification tab also, and like click overview, or you can, again, if you would like to download, you can download the deployment details. So let me pause here and come back. So here you see that deployment is complete. So go to resource. If you go to resource, then you can see the virtual machine. You can get more information on this one. There are different options that you can see, like activity log, access control, if you'd like to grant access, other rules there. This is the summary section. Capabilities. Now virtual machine is ready. Now what we'll do, we'll use a backup and restore that to SQL Server using SQL Server Management Studio. So if you Google for like advanced works, like any backup, you can get that. There are different backups available from Microsoft site itself. So here I have already downloaded one backup that I'm going to use. So for that, first let me get the connection details, RDP connection details. So click on RDP and then download RDP file. When that file is downloaded, double click. So click on connect. And then give the details. So Azure admin, click OK. Now this message, you can ignore that one, so don't ask me, and click on yes. It will connect to the server. So it may take little time here to set up Windows modules installer. Let me pause here. Click this, close this one. Let me expand the window. Events, okay. You can close this one, or let me set up something first. So here in the server manager window, here you see that different options here. So select local servers and init security configuration for IE is on. We are going to disable that one. So administrator, I'm going to set that off now and click OK. Now close this window. Now I'm going to load a backup and then I'll restore that backup to this SQL database on Azure VM. So let me get the backup here now. So I have loaded a backup. So this is POC DW back. So I'm going to restore a database to Azure SQL Managed Instance that we created using like SQL Server Management Studio. So from here, let's go to SQL Server Management Studio. Click that one. So it opens now. Now from here, that connect to server dialog. Here you see that select the server type is database engine, server name that the server we created, and authentication is Windows authentication. Click on connect. So now here you see that it's coming information that managed SQL database. So right click on database node and you see the different options. So here we are going to use a backup and then restore that to a new database. So restore database. Now from this restore database dialog, you see that option here is device. So select the device and click button here and add the file. So click on add. Our backup file is under temp directory. Is that, let me just go through again. Oh, here we got that one. So this is the one, POC DW. So this is the backup file. So select that one and click OK. Now this is the backup media. Now click on media type. You can see those media types. So from, in my case, that is file type. So I selected file type and click on OK here. So now here you see that that has been selected, that the item or backup I defined or I copied here. It has been selected here, and now you see there is an option for restore. Now here you just click on OK, and you see that it's restoring here, and we got a message that the database is restored successfully. So click on OK. And now if we expand the databases, you will see that the database is here, that the restore has been successful. So can get all the details from down below. So but we can see that we copied a backup across to this SQL managed server, and then from there we restore. So now if you'd like to do a query, so you can go up. Let me go up, and here is the option that you can go for query. So select that, create a new query, and let me execute a query. And execute, click on execute. So you can get the results, and you can get the like how many rows affected and the completion time. Now let's clean the resources, so we can close this server, or straight you can go here like Azure portal, and here go to resource group, and click on the resource group that where we created all the services. So from here we can individually delete services, and if we delete resource group, like if you'd like to delete all of them together, then easy option is to delete resource group. Click on delete resource group and give the resource group name, and click on delete. So here you see that it's giving a message like affected resources. So if we delete this resource group, like the 9 resources defined below will be deleted. So in my testing purpose, I am fine with that one. So I am going to select delete. So you will see that this section, like a notification section, you can get this message like deleting resource group. So it will be ultimately deleted all the services under that resource group, including resource group. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.